I've always despised tampon. Sydney is an interesting situation on many different levels.
Yes, that's for sure. Most of the time there's a few things that we want to have confidence in knowing when you're putting a temporary on is one, it's going to stay on and not come off. And two, that it's easy, most of the time the assistant's doing it and you want it to be easy to clean up. One, when you first put it on, and two, when they come back. You don't want to have to be digging around the gingiva and stuff like that. So in my situation, when we first started using the Telio CS Link, what we needed was something that was more translucent or transparent because I have a number 12 that's prepared. I'm actually the patient at the live patient demonstration at the ADA. And so
But you've had that temporary on, well, it's Emax, but you cemented it with that.
And so we wanted to do it because it's Emax and it's high translucency, so we needed something that wasn't opaque.
I guarantee you she did not want temp bond underneath those Emax.
No, I did not.
B0 or whatever
So I ordered the Telio, and this was last year, and put it on with the Telio CS Link because we needed it to come off for the ADA this year. And so a week before we go, we take the temporary off. Now it stayed on the entire year. I did not have it come off. I flossed, kind of forgot that it was even temporarily cemented on there. And when Dr. Ehrlich took that temporary off, it was clean.
Totally
so
clean.
The prep was clean. There was maybe one tiny little area that had a little bit of leak, a little dark around the rim, but
she
not.
Could have flossed more.
Right, that probably was it. And then when it come off, the cement was actually inside the crown, and then it just comes out like as a shell.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was awesome. So the fact that that stayed on for an entire year for me, eating normally, and the cleanup was awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So this is a dual cure cement. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do just a little demonstration for you on the Typodont. But we have a number 30 prepared Emax crown here. And so it is very translucent and easy to clean up, and this will help you to be able to kind of see how it works.
Yeah, even at this point I love it because it doesn't have that yellow appearance
yeah.
normal temporary cements look like.
All right, so I'm just gonna. And so I normally just tack cure, even though if it gets all the way cured, it's still very easy to clean up, but it's like any of your other materials, it just kind of peels off. So I'll just kind of tack it on either side. And it just comes off and just, peels off kind of in one little uniform line there. So I'll get that. And then I cure it for the rest of the time. And then we should be able to pull this off and see that you can, the prep itself will be clean, and then the cement is actually inside the restoration. So you don't have to do a lot of cleanup around the gingiva and stuff like that, because if you're doing temporaries and you're messing around with the gum tissue and then you're trying to bond in your restoration, it'll just make it hard for you. All right, so we're just gonna pop this off. And then what you'll see here first is that there's none of the temporary cement left on the prep itself. Everything is inside the restoration. And there's a little left around the edges that I didn't clean up, but I just kind of want you to see how it just kind of peels out in one solid piece, which my Explorer broke it, but here is the you can just kind of see the thin shell of the material.
Yeah, when I took your crown off,
it came out in one side. I mean, it was so weird because when he pulled that out, it was just like a coping.
Yeah.
And you could tell the spacer, that was on my restoration. It was really awesome. This one, I kind of broke it, but still, you can get the idea of how easy, one, that is to clean up the day that you put it on, and two, when your patient comes back, it's easy to get on. So if you're an assistant and you want an easy cleanup and aesthetic cement, I would suggest you try the Telio CS Link, and I think you're going to get the results that you want out of that. We get all the little flakes
See what I got to deal with.